Sarah Lane was just your typical 14-year-old girl living in a small town. But there was nothing ordinary about her admiration for Marilyn Monroe. To Sarah, Marilyn was magic, an iconic silver screen star who lit up the world with her beauty and charisma. With her platinum blonde curls and classic red lips, Marilyn seemed untouchable, an everyday dream that danced in Sarah's imagination. In the walls of her own home, Sarah often felt invisible. Her parents were busy with their own lives, leaving her yearning for adventure and connection. The posters of Marilyn on her bedroom walls pulsed with life while the rest of her world felt dim and quiet. This longing developed into a bright spark within her heart, urging Sarah to seek out something more than the mundane days spent alone. One afternoon, Sarah learned that a film studio nearby was shooting a movie starring none other than Marilyn Monroe herself. Excitement bubbled inside her, igniting a mission. She had to sneak in and possibly catch a glimpse of her idol. The thought alone filled her with courage. As she made plans to enter the studio, Sarah could hardly contain her bubbling anticipation. This could be the moment that changed everything for her. At home, Sarah often felt like a shadow, drifting through the rooms without being seen or heard. Her parents were wrapped up in their own hectic lives, consumed by work and responsibilities. Conversations at the dinner table felt distant, as if she were miles away from the family that surrounded her. They would talk about their long days and upcoming tasks, while Sarah sat quietly, wishing someone would notice her. Her room was a different world, a sanctuary filled with posters of Marilyn Monroe that brought her comfort and joy. Each image shimmered with the promise of glamour and excitement, creating a stark contrast to her everyday life. Sarah often found solace in these depictions. They gave her hope that there was more to life than the routine that made her feel so small. On evenings when loneliness wrapped around her like a heavy blanket, she would sit by her window, gazing out at the stars, dreaming of adventures far beyond her small town. With every passing day, the longing for connection grew stronger within her heart. She yearned for someone who could truly see her, understand her dreams, and bring color to her gray world. This desire fueled her courage to take a leap into the unknown, a chance encounter with the enchanting world of movie magic and her beloved Marilyn Monroe. One sunny afternoon, while walking home from school, Sarah's heart raced when she overheard a group of kids talking excitedly. They were buzzing about a film shoot taking place at the local studio, featuring none other than Marilyn Monroe. The news sent shivers of excitement down her spine. Could it be true? She quickly approached the group, eager to gather more details. They confirmed that Marilyn was indeed in town, filming a new movie. Sarah felt a spark ignite within her. This was her moment, an opportunity to see her idol up close. Imagining the vibrant set and the chance to catch a glimpse of Marilyn filled her with courage. But as the excitement grew, so did the fear of not being able to get in. The thought of sneaking into the studio became a thrilling idea in her mind. It was a risk she was willing to take. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. Plans formed in her head like scenes from a movie. She envisioned herself slipping through the gates and into the world she had only seen on screen. With each passing hour, the desire to seize this chance only deepened. The thought of meeting Marilyn Monroe pushed aside her worries, filling her with hope and determination for what lay ahead. As the sun began to set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Sarah stood outside the studio gates, her heart pounding like a drum. The excitement coursed through her veins, mixed with a flutter of fear. She took a deep breath, reminding herself that this was her chance to step into the world she had only dreamed about. With each shaky step toward the entrance, her mind raced with thoughts of what could happen. Would anyone notice her? Would she be chased away, or would she actually get to see Marilyn? With determination lighting her path, Sarah spotted a small gap in the security fence. It looked just big enough for her to squeeze through. She hesitated only for a moment before pushing herself forward, adrenaline surging as she ducked under the barrier. Once inside, she marveled at the sight of bustling crew members and bright lights illuminating the set. Eager to blend in, Sarah tiptoed behind stacks of equipment, trying to remain unnoticed. Her heart raced not just from fear but also from the thrill of adventure. She could hear laughter and shouts from actors rehearsing lines nearby, and every sound made her feel even closer to her idol. With wide eyes and a hopeful heart, she navigated the maze-like studio, knowing that every step brought her closer to meeting Marilyn Monroe, her forever inspiration. As Sarah stepped deeper into the studio, she was engulfed by a whirlwind of activity. Crew members darted around, their shouts and laughter filling the air like music. Bright lights illuminated the scene, casting sparkling glows over everything, making her feel as if she had entered a fantastical realm. Cameras rolled, capturing the magic of Hollywood, while sound technicians adjusted wires and boom mics hovered above. The scent of popcorn wafted from a nearby cart, mixing with the smell of fresh paint on the set. Colorful backdrops and props were strewn about, contributing to a delightful chaos that made Sarah's heart race with excitement. She watched in awe as actors prepared for their scenes, some practicing lines and others applying last-minute touches of makeup. A director waved his arms energetically, directing the actions with fervor while everyone hustled to follow his commands. The energy was electric. It was a pulse that vibrated through the room. At that moment, Sarah felt small but immensely alive, surrounded by the enchantment of filmmaking. She longed to be part of it all, to join in the fun and creativity unfolding before her. Enthralled by the sights and sounds around her, she knew that every moment brought her one step closer to seeing Marilyn Monroe herself, embodying her dreams right before her eyes. Sarah found a small nook behind a stack of props, her heart pounding as she settled into her hiding spot. The excitement of being so close to Marilyn was overwhelming, but it was mixed with a wave of nervousness that made her hands tremble. She peered around the corner, her breath catching as she caught sight of the iconic actress. Marilyn stood under the bright lights, radiating beauty and charm that seemed to shine even brighter in person. Her golden hair cascaded elegantly over her shoulders, and her smile lit up the entire set. Sarah couldn't believe how captivating she was. Every gesture felt magical. With each passing second, Sarah's admiration deepened, but so did her fear of being discovered. She held her breath, trying to stay as still as possible, afraid that any movement might draw attention to herself. The world around her faded away, and all she could focus on was Marilyn, the way she laughed with the crew, the way she effortlessly commanded the room. It was like watching a dream unfold in real life. In that moment, Sarah wished more than anything to be brave enough to step out from her hiding place and approach her idol. Instead, she remained hidden, spellbound by the enchanting presence of Marilyn Monroe and the hope that surged within her heart. Just as Sarah was lost in her thoughts, marveling at how enchanting Marilyn seemed, something unexpected happened. The actress paused in the middle of a scene, her laughter trailing off as she scanned the room. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as their eyes met. The bustling noise around her faded into silence, and for a moment, it felt like time stopped. Marilyn's gaze locked onto Sarah with a warmth that made the young girl feel seen for the first time. Her expression shifted from playful to curious, as she noticed the trembling girl peeking out from behind the props. With a soft smile that shimmered like sunlight, Marilyn tilted her head slightly, inviting Sarah to come closer. Heart racing, Sarah was frozen in place. She could hardly believe what was happening. This wasn't just a dream, this was the moment she had longed for all along. In that instantaneous connection, Sarah felt a glimmer of hope bubble up inside her. Marilyn took a graceful step toward her, leaving the bustling set behind as if nothing else mattered in that moment. It was as if the world had shrunk down to just the two of them, and for the first time ever, Sarah felt important and valued. She couldn't help but smile back, feeling an unshakable bond forming between star and fan, a fleeting moment that would forever change her life. In that fleeting moment, time seemed to stand still as Marilyn extended her hand toward Sarah, her eyes sparkling with kindness. It was an invitation that felt like a dream, one that held the power to change everything for Sarah. As Marilyn's soft hand reached out, it almost glowed against the backdrop of chaos and lights, creating a bubble of serenity amidst the buzz of the film set. Sarah could hardly believe what was happening. Her heart raced as she hesitated for just a second, overwhelmed by the impact of this moment. But the warmth in Marilyn's smile urged her forward. With trembling hands, Sarah took a step out of her hiding place and grasped Marilyn's hand. It felt safe and comforting, as if she had been chosen from among the crowd. Marilyn gently tugged Sarah closer, guiding her through the throng of crew members and cameras. With each step, Sarah felt a surge of exhilaration. She was no longer an invisible girl hiding in the shadows. Instead, she was walking beside her idol, stepping backstage into a world filled with magic and possibility. As they moved deeper into the studio, Sarah realized that this gesture of kindness from Marilyn meant more than just a chance to watch a shoot. It symbolized hope and connection in her life, illuminating her path like the bright lights surrounding them. As Marilyn led Sarah backstage, a wave of disbelief washed over her. She could hardly comprehend that she was actually stepping into the world she had idolized for so long. The vibrant colors of the set, the buzzing crew, and the dazzling lights surrounded her like a dream come to life. Every detail felt surreal, and for the first time, Sarah felt special, like she truly belonged somewhere. With each step, joy bubbled up inside her, mingling with amazement. She glanced around at the busy crew members, feeling their energy pulsate through her. This was where creativity thrived, where stories were born, and where her favorite star brought magic to life. For so long, Sarah had felt invisible at home, but here, in this moment, she was anything but unnoticed. Marilyn turned to her with that same warm smile and spoke softly, asking if she was enjoying it all. Sarah nodded vigorously, unable to find her voice as happiness swelled in her chest. She couldn't believe she was standing next to someone who inspired her every day. Feeling the pulse of excitement around her, and soaking in every moment, Sarah knew deep down that this experience would ignite a new spark of courage within her. It was no longer just about watching from a distance. She was part of something extraordinary, something that would empower her to chase her own dreams. As Sarah followed Marilyn backstage, she was struck by the harmonious buzz of the crew working together. It was a well-orchestrated dance of creativity. Each person had a specific role, yet they all moved rhythmically toward a common goal. Sarah watched in awe as lighting technicians adjusted the lights to create the perfect ambience, their concentration evident on their faces. The sound engineers were busy checking microphones, ensuring that every whisper and laugh could be captured flawlessly. Marilyn navigated through the chaos with grace, greeting everyone warmly and discussing little details that only someone as experienced as she could appreciate. Her professionalism shone through in every interaction, whether she was offering encouragement to a nervous actor or playfully teasing a crew member about the perfect angle for a scene. Sarah couldn't help but admire how effortlessly Marilyn commanded respect while radiating warmth. Each time Marilyn laughed or shared insights, it was contagious, lifting the spirits of those around her and making the work environment feel supportive and energized. In this whirlwind of activity, Sarah felt an overwhelming sense of inspiration take root within her. She realized that this was more than just a glimpse into her idol's life. It was a lesson in collaboration and passion. As she observed these moments unfold, Sarah understood that hard work and kindness were key ingredients in creating something truly magical, a realization that would guide her on her own journey. As the crew prepared for the next scene, Sarah watched in awe as Marilyn moved from one group to another, effortlessly uplifting everyone she encountered. She approached a nervous lighting technician who was double-checking his equipment, offering a warm smile and a gentle compliment about his work. "You're doing an amazing job," she said, her voice soothing. "Those lights will look perfect once they're set." The technician's tension melted away under her kind words, and he beamed with gratitude. Next, Marilyn spotted a young actor pacing nervously in a corner, rehearsing lines under his breath. Without hesitation, she walked over, placing a reassuring hand on his shoulder. "Remember to breathe, darling," she said softly. "Just be yourself. We all believe in you." The actor nodded, visibly relaxing as if her encouragement had unlocked a new level of confidence within him. Throughout the bustling set, Marilyn's interactions radiated warmth and kindness, infusing the atmosphere with an infectious energy. Crew members laughed and responded with bright smiles, clearly motivated by her genuine appreciation for their hard work. Sarah marveled at how Marilyn created a sense of family among the crew, reminding them all that every role was essential to crafting their shared dream. In those moments of watching Marilyn's gracious spirit transform the workspace, Sarah felt inspired more than ever. Here was a star who not only shined brightly on screen but also illuminated the lives of those around her with kindness and support, a true embodiment of what it meant to empower others. As Sarah spent more time backstage with Marilyn, the feelings that had haunted her at home began to melt away. Each moment felt like a gift, and in the warmth of Marilyn's presence, she started to feel truly seen for the first time. The way Marilyn engaged with everyone around her, listening intently, laughing heartily, and offering encouragement, made Sarah realize that she too could be part of this vibrant world. When Marilyn turned to her, asking about her thoughts on the scene being filmed, Sarah's heart soared. It was as if her opinions mattered in a space where she once felt invisible. "I think it's beautiful how you connect with the camera," Sarah replied shyly, her voice filled with newfound confidence. Marilyn nodded appreciatively, making Sarah feel like her words were valued. As they moved through the set, Sarah noticed how the crew looked at her differently now. They smiled and welcomed her into conversations, treating her as if she belonged. This sense of acceptance contrasted sharply with her life at home, where she often felt overlooked and unnoticed. In this bustling environment filled with creativity and collaboration, Sarah realized she was not just a bystander anymore, she was part of something special. Surrounded by kindness and encouragement from both Marilyn and the crew, she felt an awakening within, a belief that maybe she too could shine brightly in life, just like her idol. As the day came to a close and Sarah stepped back outside the studio, she felt as though she was floating. The warmth of Marilyn's kindness still enveloped her like a soft blanket, and the vibrant energy of the film set lingered in her heart. This experience had opened her eyes to a world brimming with possibility, one where she could be seen, valued, and empowered. Reflecting on the moments she shared with Marilyn and the crew, Sarah recognized how special it felt to be part of something greater than herself. No longer did she feel like an invisible girl longing for connection. Instead, she was filled with a newfound confidence that urged her to chase after her dreams. It was clear now that everyone had their unique contributions to make, just as every person in the studio played a vital role in bringing stories to life. In the days that followed, the lessons learned from that magical day stayed close to her heart. She began speaking up more at home, sharing her thoughts and ideas with newfound courage. Inspired by Marilyn's example, Sarah also sought to uplift those around her, recognizing the power of kindness and encouragement. This unforgettable encounter sparked a flame within her, one that would guide her forward, reminding her that she had the strength to create her own path and shine brightly just like her idol, Marilyn Monroe. With hope filling her spirit, Sarah felt ready to embrace whatever life had in store for her next. As the day wrapped up and the crew began to pack away the equipment, there was a palpable sense of uplift in the air, a ripple effect sparked by Marilyn's kindness. Everyone who had witnessed her interactions with Sarah felt inspired. The atmosphere was charged with positivity. Crew members exchanged smiles and laughter, energized by the warmth that Marilyn had effortlessly spread throughout the set. The lighting technician, who had previously been nervous and withdrawn, now worked with renewed enthusiasm, sharing jokes with his colleagues as he dismantled the lights. The young actor, once shaky and uncertain, confidently recited lines to his fellow cast members, reflecting the encouragement he had received from Marilyn moments earlier. Even those who hadn't directly interacted with Marilyn were touched by her ability to make everyone feel important. They realized that a simple act of kindness could elevate the mood and strengthen their bond as a team. It was a reminder of the importance of support and appreciation in their collaborative work. As Sarah watched these interactions unfold, she felt a deep-seated joy knowing that Marilyn's influence had created such a positive environment. This experience not only transformed her but also left a lasting impact on everyone present that day. Inspired by what she had witnessed, Sarah hoped to carry forward this spirit of kindness and encouragement into her own life, creating her own ripples of positivity in the world around her.